Hi everyone, welcome to the Life Moments, and I'm Jerald Kaling, your host, and I'm here for the extraordinary moments that shape our lives. On this journey of inspiration and self-discovery as we explore the depth and the beauty of the human experience. We also sharing self-improvement, testimonials, and more. And if you are a new listener of the show, then welcome to the podcast. And if you are a true listener of the podcast, then welcome back to the show. You can also check out the other missing episodes that you want to learn about motivations and self development. From highs to the lows, from personal growth to the pursuit of dreams. We'll dive deep into the stories and lessons that make life worth living. So, for the last time, I'm also here again for another episode para sulitin ang mga dapat sulitin, di ba? Kasi magiging busy na naman tayo sa mga susunod na araw. So, ayun, thank you very much for tuning in at nandito pa rin kayo and alam nyo na kung sino kayo. Diba? So, this episode is a short discussion to understand more at may konting science din para all goods kasi gusto ko lang din i-share sa inyo at para mas ma-understand natin ang tong lesson na to. Diba? So, on this episode, we're going to talk about self-compassion. Ayan. Naisip ko lang na i-share sa inyo for the deeper understanding about self-compassion. So, may konting science din dito sa ating discussion. So, ayun, let's begin. So, first, what is self-compassion? Diba? Self-compassion is a concept that involves treating oneself with kindness, understanding, and acceptance. Particularly during moments of difficulty, failure, or suffering, it is all about extending the same compassion and empathy towards oneself as one would offer to a close friend who is experience hardship or emotional pain. Ayan. So according to Christine Neff, a pioneer researcher in the field of self-compassion, can define it as having a three key components. First component is self-kindness. So being gentle and understanding with oneself rather than self-critical and judgmental. Instead of harshly criticizing our shortcomings, self-compassion encourages us to offer ourselves comfort and care. Ayan, kumbaga nasa halip na mahigpit na husga ng ating mga kahinaan, maaaring hinikaya tayo ng ating self-compassion na may paramdam sa atin ng self-care. Sa madaling sabi ay pagpapahalaga sa sarili. The second component is common humanity. So recognizing that all humans experience like struggles, imperfections, and challenges. Self-compassion acknowledges that we are not alone in our suffering, that is a shared aspect of the human experience. So everyone has own struggles, challenges, and more. Kumbaga ay kinikilala ng self-compassion na hindi tayo nag-iisa sa ating paghihirap at ito rin ay isang bahagi ng karaniwang karanasan ng bawat tao. And the third component is being mindfulness. Being aware of our emotions and experiences about the suppressing or exaggerating them. So mindfulness allows us to acknowledge our feelings and thoughts without getting over identified or caught up in them. Kumbaga ay parang aware din tayo sa ating sarili at sa pagkakaroon ng kamalian dahil ito ay nagbibigay daan sa atin na tanggapin ng mga saloobin natin at damdamin natin. Self-compassion does not mean self-indulgence or avoiding responsibility. So instead, it is a healthy way to respond to ourselves with kindness and understanding while acknowledging our humanity and imperfections. And by practicing self compassion, we cultivate a more positive and nurturing relationship with ourselves, which can lead to greater emotional well being, resilience, and personal growth. Diba? Of course, practicing self compassion is a vital for cultivating a healthy and positive relationship with yourself, right? So those are the three key components that according to Christine Neff from a pioneering researcher in the field of self-compassion. So here are the 5 helpful tips for developing self-compassion. Let's start with number 1. Be mindful of self-talk. Ayan. Pay attention to your inner dialogue and self-talk. Notice when you're being overly critical or judgmental of yourself. When you catch yourself engaging in self talk, try to reframe those thoughts with kindness and understanding. Treat yourself with the same compassion you would offer to a close friend. Yes, of course, sabi nga, it's a conversation with the universe, kumbaga. Every day we silently speak to ourselves. We might be unaware of it since we converse with ourselves in our minds. It is all self talk. When we tell ourselves that we want this or that we can accomplish this or that, diba? It is good to be thoughtful to ourselves so we can see our strengths and weaknesses in ourselves. Kahit sa mga life choices natin na nagsa-self-talk tayo para makapag-decision making tayo kung ano yung preferred or good para sa atin. So just be mindful of our inner dialogue. Replace criticism and negative self-talk with positive affirmations and compassionate statements. Then treat yourself with the same kindness you would use to uplift others. So practicing mindful self-talk takes time and effort. It's a skill that can be developed through consistent practice and self-compassion. Over time, we can cultivate a more positive and supportive inner dialogue that contributes to your overall well-being. All right, so that's the number one. Be mindful of self-talk. Number two, acknowledge your humanity. Recognize that being imperfect and making mistakes is a part of being human. Instead of beating yourself up over perceived flaws or errors, remind yourself that everyone faces challenges and no one is perfect. Embrace your imperfections as part of your unique journey. The term acknowledging humanity can encompass the wide range of related to psychology, sociology, and neuroscience. Acknowledging humanity is a multidimensional concept that spans psychological, societal, and philosophical realms. So, scientific research in these fields helps us gain insights into cognitive, emotional, and cultural aspects of how we recognize and interact with the humanity of others. So, attempting to avoid these difficult things that may provide temporary relief, but this is unsustainable in the long run. When you tell yourself to ignore negative emotions, you do not give yourself the opportunity to process them and to understand your experiences. So, this creates an uncomfortable dissonance between your reality and idealized self, which is can hurt your well being at the same time. So, your emotions will increasingly build up until they are most unbearable, right? So, that's the number two, acknowledge our humanity. Next one, number three, practice self kindness. Yes, treat yourself with kindness and compassion, and especially during difficult times. If you're going through or a rough of experiencing failure, be gentle and understanding with oneself. Offer words of comfort and support as you would to a loved one in a similar situation. Yes, it is one of the thoughts for self compassion that practice self kindness is an essential aspect of maintaining overall well being and a positive mindset. It also involves treating oneself with those same compassion, understanding, and support that you would offer to a friend or loved one. There are some things that you can take to practice self kindness, like number one, self care. So, prioritizing self care activities that promote your physical, emotional, and mental well being. This can include of getting enough rest, eating nourishing foods, engaging in activities, and more. And another one is exercising. Another one is boundaries. We can set healthy boundaries in our relationships and commitments. Recognize that when we need to say no to avoid overwhelming yourself and to prioritize our own well being and so much more. So that's number three, practice self kindness. Next one, number four, validate your emotions. All right. Allow yourself to feel your emotions without judgment. It's okay to experience a range of feelings, including sadness, anger, or frustration. Validate your emotions as valid and legitimate responses to life's ups and downs. Avoid suppressing or denying your feelings and instead allow yourself to process and work through them. So, absolutely, validating emotions is an essential part of emotional well being. And it is important to acknowledge and accept our emotions rather than dismiss or suppress them. So, here are some things on how we can validate our emotions. Like, first is recognize the emotion, of course. This is start by identifying and labeling the emotion that you are feeling. This could be happiness, sadness, anger, fear, or any other thing. Next one is understanding the cause. Of course, we do try to understand on why we feel the way we are. We do so, avoiding judging for feeling in a certain way. Emotions are natural response to situations, and there's no right or wrong way to feel. Another thing that we can validate our emotions is giving yourself a permission. Yan. To allow yourself to experience the emotion without feeling guilty or ashamed. And that's the number 4, validate our emotions. And last one but not the least, number 5, set realistic expectations. Of course, be mindful of setting overly high and unrealistic expectations for yourself. Understand that you're not expected to be perfect or have everything figured out all of the time. Set achievable goals and celebrate your progress, no matter how small or big, and you must to remember that growth is a journey. It is okay to take things one step at a time. So, setting realistic expectations is crucial in various aspects of life, whether it's personal goals, work projects, relationships, or personal growth. Realistic expectations can help us to maintain a balanced perspective and to avoid unnecessary stress and disappointment. So there are some things to setting our realistic expectations, like understanding the situation. So before setting expectations, so thoroughly understand the context, like what are the factors influencing the situation, in what resources like time, money, or skills that you have available. So assessing the situation is the first step, 'di ba? So next is you can also define clear goals. Yes, clearly define of what we want to achieve. So our goals should be smart. So alam niyo na ibig sabihin ng smart, 'di ba? Smart, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. 'Di ba? Alam niyo ibig sabihin niyan. So setting realistic expectations doesn't mean aiming low or settling for less than you deserve, 'di ba? It means approaching your goals with a clear understanding of what's feasible that given your circumstances. So this approach can lead to more sustainable progress and a healthier, more positive mindset. So here's our reflection for this kind of topic for this episode. So practicing self-compassion takes time and effort. So be patient with yourself as you develop this skill. Remember that self compassion is not about self indulgence or avoiding responsibility. It's about treating yourself with the same care and understanding you would offer to others. By incorporating these tips into your daily life, you'll foster a greater sense of self confidence and well being. All right, so that's all for this episode. Thank you very much for tuning into our episode. And if you like this content, don't forget to follow us on Spotify and other podcast platforms. And if you want to join to our official community group called the Light Moment Storytelling Community, and just click in the description or above and join now. So if you like this episode, please share this to your family, friends, and those people who wants to hear this kind of content, and share this to your Instagram stories. And don't forget to tag me at JeraldCalling1028 and at the Light Moment Spot. Please like, share, and subscribe now to the following social media by clicking my link tree in the description below. Once you click the link below, and you can easily find me to all my social media sites, and that will appear your screen below, to my Facebook page, Life Moments with Jerald Galing, my Instagram at JeraldGaling1028 and at the Life Moments Pod, my Twitter or X at Jerald Galing, my TikTok at AlphaGerald1028. Don't forget to please like, comment, and subscribe to the YouTube channel Jerald Galing, and click the notification bell to make you updated pa sa mga latest updates natin sa ating channel para sa ating podcast. So, this is Jerald calling. Say goodbye. As I always say, just keep spreading positivity, stay motivated, and live good. Thank you for joining us. And remember, every moment counts, and it's in those moments that we will find our truest selves. Stay tuned for meaningful conversations that will leave a lasting impact. Until next time, embrace your life moments and keep shining. Yes, yo. Gamsamda. Take care and stay safe. God bless us all. Mag-ingat ang lahat. Peace. Padayon and talk to you guys next episode. Good ciao.